guys, today I'm going to be sharing some empties with you. I have a ton of stuff here actually. I have been going through a lot of samples and lotions lately and things like that and trying to kind of go through the things that are kind of cluttering up what I've got. So I have a bunch of stuff to show you for my empties, and I'm just going to give you a little product review of the things that I can. And tell you which things I really liked and what I would purchase or wouldn't purchase. I'm going to go ahead and start with makeup products. So I have about 5 things here. The first thing is the Urban Decay Primer Potion in Eden. This I am working on along with a couple other Primer Potion samples from Urban Decay for my Finish 7 by Spring. I don't like this primer potion that much. I felt like it was really cakier. It was like thicker than a lot of other primers, so that makeup stuck to it and looked more cakey, and it dried out really bad by the end. Like I had some more that I thought I could use, but it dried up so bad that I couldn't really use it even though it was in a pot with a lid. So I don't know what the deal was there. This wasn't my favorite for sure. I would definitely not purchase a full size based on this sample alone. Next up is a face primer, and this was the My Prime Multi-Purpose Mattifying Moisturizer. This honestly, I will have to say that I didn't notice a difference in it mattifying at all. When I used this, I didn't see it mattify, and I don't know, it wasn't my favorite. My face still got really greasy by the end of the day, so this, based on the sample, would definitely not purchase. I did cut it open though so that I could get everything out of it because I hate being wasteful. Another sample that I had was the Benefit Posy Balm. This was okay. The smell of it wasn't my favorite. I don't know, it smelled kind of gross to me, but it was like a really light pink balm color. It was fairly moisturizing. It didn't leave much of a tint. I would occasionally use it to lighten up a lip look because it was like a very light pink, but I don't think I would spend the money on a full size of this. Next thing that I have is the Benefit Ooh La Lift, and this is supposed to be like an eye brightener. I would use this under my eyes over top of my concealer to brighten up a little bit. I wasn't completely wowed by it. I felt like it kind of sheared out my concealer a little bit. I did take the stopper out to use everything of it, but I definitely wouldn't repurchase this again. I don't feel like it was a necessary step in my routine, and there were definitely other products that I think would brighten a lot better. Next thing that I have is a mascara. It's probably not all used up, but I've had it for quite a while, probably going on 8 or 9 months now. This is the Jordana Best Lash Extreme Volumizing Mascara. I really liked this at first, and it's, you know, cheap because Jordana is a pretty cheap brand that you can find at Walgreens. This is the wand here. It was okay as I got used to it, as I had it longer, but then towards the end there, my eyelashes just got so clumpy using it that it was just more of a pain and a hassle than anything, so I didn't want to keep it around anymore. I don't know that I would repurchase this one. I have a ton of samples anyway, and by the end, like, it was good to start with, but by the end it just really wasn't that worth it. And there are other ones that I like a lot better. Next up, we'll move into hair care. So the first thing I have is the John Frieda Brilliant Brunette Color Protecting Conditioner. I mentioned the shampoo in my last empties video. I really like the smell of this one. That's the main reason I buy this, and I feel like it does make my hair really shiny. I do not think it does anything for color protecting though. I think it has stuff in it that's not the best for your hair, for sure, but I love the smell. So every so often, if I'm bored with my shampoo and conditioner, I just go back to this because I love the smell. I have 2 Garnier Fructis samples that I've had for a very long time. I finally got prompted to use these up in my 365 days of empties that I'm doing on Instagram. So the first one I have is the Garnier Fructis Fortifying 2-in-1 Shampoo and Conditioner for normal hair. This I didn't really like on its own. Like, I don't feel like it's okay just to use a shampoo and conditioner as one, so I would use this and I'd still use the conditioner over top of it. So I don't know, it was fine, it smelled okay, it worked. I don't know that this is even still a thing that they sell, but I don't like 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioners. It's just not my thing. Next up I have is the Garnier Fructis Sleek and Shine Conditioner. This was pretty good. I like it well enough, but I don't know that I would go back to it necessarily. It smelled pretty good. I think my hair was fine, it was shiny, it was soft, but there, you know, I'm not too terribly picky on shampoo and conditioners. Usually if I'm going to go with a drugstore one though, most of the time I'm going to buy a Dove one because I absolutely love the Dove one. I tried out a sample of the Agave Healing Oil Treatment. This I absolutely loved. This was amazing. I would use this in my damp hair before I would blow dry it or even just let it air dry, and it made my hair so much softer and smoother, and it felt absolutely amazing. So after I work through a heat protector that I'm working on right now, a serum that I'm really trying to use up that I like a lot, I would definitely think about repurchasing this because this was absolutely amazing. And this little packet lasted me like a good week that I used it pretty much every morning. So totally worth it, but this I loved. And then the other sample that I had was this Phyto Intense Hydration Regenerating Night Cream. This is basically like a mask for your hair that you put in at night. I was not wowed by it. I didn't really see much of a difference, so probably wouldn't purchase a full size of it because I didn't see anything really happening. Last hair product that I had, I thought that was the last one, but I have one more. This was a Fekkai Grapeseed Oil Luxe Color Mask, and this I got in a Birchbox a couple months ago. This was a pretty good mask. It smelled really good to me. It did make my hair really soft and shiny, and I would really consider repurchasing this at some point. If I found it on sale especially, I would probably buy it. I really like my Macadamia Deep Repair mask, but this one actually worked pretty well as well. So if I saw it on sale or if I saw it for fairly cheap, I would probably look into purchasing it. Next up is body care type products, showery type things. I have a ridiculous amount of lotions in here because I've been using a ton of lotion lately. So the first things I will go through are my two shower products. I used up a Caress Daily Silk Silkening Body Wash. This I had as just my travel body wash from last summer until now. It was okay. It smelled decent enough, but I don't think that I would buy this as a full size. I like the Dove body washes as well as the shampoos, so it was okay. I wasn't thoroughly impressed by it, but it was fine. I also used up a Suave Naturals Tropical Coconut Conditioner, and you may wonder why this is my body care. I use this as a shave lotion basically instead of a shave gel, and it worked really, really well. It didn't like rinse away really quickly with water. It smelled really good. It's really cheap. I bought a shave gel type thing recently because they were on sale, and I kind of missed this because those wash off so easily. This stays on a lot better, and I think it works just as well for a lot less money. All right, on to my crazy amount of lotion. So the first thing I have is the Ruby Crystal Deluxe Hand Cream with Lumiskin. This was okay. I got it from my mom last Christmas or so, I think. It was fine. It wasn't super, super moisturizing, but it worked well enough. It was more of a lightweight hand cream. So I had it by my bed for nighttime use, but it didn't moisturize as well as some of the ones that I've used in the past. So it wasn't my favorite, but it was okay. Next up, I have a Justin Bieber Someday Touchable Body Lotion. Okay, Someday is one of my favorite perfumes, and I love the smell of it. The smell of this was great. The weird thing about this was it had crazy sparkle glitter in it. Like the first time I used it, I was so confused because my legs were so sparkly, and it was just very, very odd. Very unexpected for me, but it smelled really good. It was moisturizing enough, I guess. I mainly just used it on my legs before bed because I didn't want all that glitter on my legs during the day because that would be weird. My other perfumey lotion that I used up was my Wonderstruck by Taylor Swift Scented Body Lotion. Again, this smells really, really good. This is one of my favorite perfumes. It wasn't as moisturizing as some other lotions that I've used in the past, but it was okay. It was more moisturizing than the Someday one. But you know, it's not something that I really need in my life, but it was fine. Two body lotions that were super moisturizing. The first one is the Korres Body Butter in Apple Blossom, and this one is for extra moisturizing cream for dry skin. I used one of these up in my last Empties video that was in a different smell. I like this smell a lot better than that smell, but this stuff is super great as a body butter. It's super moisturizing. It keeps you moisturized all day. It smells awesome. Yeah, this is really great. If I found these on sale, like I know they've been on Hot Look before, I would definitely buy some more of these because they're fantastic. Then I have a Wish Body Butter in Lavender. This I got in my Birchbox this month actually, and I used it up fairly quickly. This is supposed to moisturize, firm, and purify, and I would say it was more of a body cream than a body butter. It wasn't as thick as some of my body butters that I've had. It definitely wasn't as thick as the last one that I mentioned. And one of my issues with this is it smelled like bug spray. To me, anyway. If in my childhood, when I was really little, we used to buy the Skin So Soft Avon bug spray, and this reminded me of that, which was really weird. It wasn't my favorite scent for sure, but it was pretty moisturizing. It was okay. It just wasn't my favorite scent. My last body butter lotion-y type product is the Old Fashioned Family Christmas Jello Surprise from Fortune Cookie Soap, and this was their whipped cream. I got this in my Fortune Cookie Soap box in December. This one I really like the smell of, and I had one of these in my October Fortune Cookie Soap box, and I didn't like the smell of that. Like the residual smell after I rubbed it in was always kind of gross to me. This one did a lot better job of the smell staying the way it smelled in the jar, and it was kind of a light fresh scent. And these whipped creams are super, super moisturizing. I would consider looking into the full size of some of these because they are really good. I just for whatever reason, don't actually purchase anything from the site. The last body sample that I have here is the UB Moisturizing Skin Cream. I got this in a Birchbox. It was kind of a thicker consistency. I used it mostly on my feet to moisturize any really dry patches there. It was okay. I don't know that I would ever really purchase the full size. I would compare it almost to the Elizabeth Arden 8-Hour cream. It's similar in concept of it being a thicker cream that you put on super dry spots, so I don't think I would ever necessarily purchase the full size of this, but it was okay. On to face products. So the first thing I have are two things of makeup remover wipes. The first one is the Olay Fresh Effects Everything Off Deluxe Makeup Removal Wet Cloths. These I got in my Walmart beauty box, so there was only like 7 of them in here. These were okay. They took off most of my makeup. They took off my face makeup anyway. They didn't take off all of my eye makeup, but I wear waterproof mascara and things like that, so I don't usually expect these to take that all off. They smelled okay. They did a decent job, but they're a little bit more expensive than these that I normally get. And I've talked about these a ton of times in the past. These are the Up and Up cleansing towelettes. They're the makeup remover ones. These are fairly cheap. I think you can get a pack of 4 of them for like under $10, and there's 30 in there, and they're almost always on Cartwheel. So there's that. And these are kind of the same way. They smell decent enough. They're wet enough if I fold them this way, or if I lay them this way so that the little opening is on the bottom, so all the moisture seeps to the first one that you pick up. Yeah, I still usually have to use a makeup remover on my eye makeup, but other than that, I mean, they're fine. They're okay. I'm trying to shy away from using these as much and use more like coconut oil or face cleansing oil so that I'm not being as wasteful with using towelettes every night. I have 3 mask samples that are going into my empties, 2 of which are actually used up. I had the Body Shop Tea Tree Face Mask, which came in my Tea Tree Body Shop kit. I have like the toner, a lotion, a face wash, and this I really, really liked. I would compare this to my Mint Julep Queen Helene mask, but this one I actually liked a little bit better. This one smelled really good. I feel like this one was almost more effective at pulling out things on your face. Ignore my cat meowing at the door. And this one I would actually consider buying the full size of. I'm going to finish up my Queen Helene one because I've had that one for a while, but this I would definitely consider purchasing at some point. Then I have a Premier Instant Stretching and Revitalizing Mask by Dead Sea Premier. I've had this for a while, but this I really like. This made my skin super soft. I don't know that I would go to the work of hunting this down and buying the full size, but the sample was pretty decent, although I only got 1 use out of it. The other thing that I have here that isn't really gone, I can't give you a review on it, but this was the Mario Badescu drying mask, and I got this a while back with like a bunch of Mario Badescu samples from their website. This one, the smell kind of deterred me from using it, and so I never used it, and then I finally went to go use it and it was completely dried out. It's like rubber in there now. It like doesn't even move. I don't know, but I feel like this would dry out my skin really, really badly, and that my skin would not react well to that, so it's probably okay, but unfortunate that I guess I never got around to using it. I have another Mario Badescu sample. This is the Mario Badescu Enzyme Cleansing Gel. This one is supposed to, it's like cucumber or something like that. I don't know, but I really did not like the smell of this one all that much. I don't know. It just smelled really, really gross to me, and I mean, it did an okay job at cleansing my face, but I didn't see anything miraculous with it. It just, I don't think I'd go to the full size of this because I didn't really like the smell, which was half the deterrent. And then I also have a Fortune Cookie Soaps Witch Please Walnut Facial Scrub. This was, it smelled really, really good. I really love the smell of it. It smells like breakfast. But it was a little bit harsh with the walnut scrub. I don't know. I assume it was like actual walnut pieces, probably. I have no idea. But it was a little bit harsher than I would like for my face, so I don't know that I would buy a full size of this, although it smelled really, really good. It's probably not going to be something that I would want to use in a full size capacity. I have 3 samples here. One is a wrinkle remover. This is the CRX Anti-Wrinkling Serum. This one, okay, I don't know if you guys can see this, like the top of this where you would screw the cap on completely broke off on my first time using this. This was just a clear serum that I would run on my forehead because I'm getting wrinkles there in an attempt to fight that off. I didn't see anything huge or noticeable. I usually don't. I don't know. I don't know that this would be worth purchasing a full size. I have a Nude Pro Genius treatment oil. This was okay. I don't know. It was a little bit heavier than I would have liked, I think, and I don't know. It wasn't my favorite thing ever. The smell wasn't fantastic. There's other facial oils that I think I like a little bit better than this one. This I really did like is the Algenist Multi-Perfecting Pore Corrector. This was a really nice moisturizer that wasn't overly moisturizing, but it moisturized enough that I felt like my face didn't get super greasy afterwards. I actually really like this. I would look into purchasing the full size of this one. All right, last 3 facial things. I have a set of the Biore 24 Combo Deep Pore Cleansing Strips. I've talked about these a million times. I love the Biore strips. I usually run them on my chin down here and my nose to take out blackheads, and they do an awesome job. And I always have a box of these going in my cabinet. Next up, I have the Neutrogena Rapid Clear 2-in-1 Fight and Fade Toner. This I liked quite a bit. It was a toner that I don't know that I noticed it like fighting or fading necessarily, but it did feel very much like it was cleaning my face and was getting off any extra residue. It had a scent almost that was kind of refreshing in the morning actually. I feel like I went through it really fast, but I liked it a lot. Right now I'm using the Body Shop one that came with my Tea Tree set, but this I would look at purchasing again because it was pretty decent. The last item in my facial care stuff is this Ole Henriksen Ultimate Lift Eye Gel. This I can't remember if I got it in a sample set from Sephora last year. I think that's what it was. It was a very light gel. I felt like it moisturized okay, but it wasn't necessarily anything that wowed me intensely. I don't think that I would ever buy a full size of this with my own money besides getting it in a sample set. There are definitely ones that I like better. Like I had a Mario Badescu one that I really liked. So this one wasn't super impressive to me. I probably wouldn't purchase this. Next up, I've been trying to use up my perfume samples. That's part of my Finish 5 by Cinco de Mayo plan. So I used up the Nicki Minaj Pink Friday perfume. This one I really liked. It was more of a sweet scent, which tends to be what I go for. I have like Wonderstruck and Someday, and those are 2 of my favorites, and this is kind of along those lines. I would look into purchasing a full size of this once I finish those 2 up. I don't need to jump out and buy one right now, but I definitely liked this one a lot. Then I have the Lau Disi Floral by Issey Miyake, something along those lines. I don't know. My fiance really liked this one. It wasn't my favorite. I can't even remember what this one was like. I think this one was more like a heavier scent. This was more of like florally type scent maybe. I don't know. It wasn't as sweet. So he really liked it. I didn't like it as much. I mean, I used it up, but it wouldn't be one that I would purchase from a store for sure. One that was more florally that I did really like was the Harvey Prince Skinny Chic. I got this from Birchbox a long time ago, and I remember I tried it out then and I liked it, and then I set the sample aside for a long time. But this one is like, the science behind it or whatever is that it's supposed to give you a pick-me-up, and I totally buy into that it does that. When I wear this, I feel like I'm more peppy. I really like this one, and this one's different than most of the other stuff that I have, so I would consider buying a full size of this. I feel like I need to get through at least one more of my full-size perfumes before I buy this, but I really liked this. I thought this one was a great perfume, and it was something different for me, but it was definitely a pick-me-up type scent. All right, into my random category. First up, I have 2 candles. I have the Bath & Body Works Pumpkin Sugar Donut. This one I really liked. I love the fall scents best of all, so I have a couple of fall scents left yet. They always have a really great throw, although the bottom of this one burned really weirdly. It took a really long time to get down to the bottom, and I feel like I have more wax left in this one than I usually do, but it smelled really great. I have another pumpkin one sitting on my counter right now to use up. And then I also used up the True Living Caribbean Oasis candle. This one I got from my future mother-in-law for Christmas. It was part of like our Christmas exchange. It had actually a decent throw for being such like a little candle, but it burned kind of oddly, like the way that it burned on the edges, but it smells really good. It's like a fruity drink almost. It smells kind of coconutty. I enjoyed it. I don't even know where this comes from, but I like the smell. Next 2 things are hand soaps. I have the Bath & Body Works Weekend Apple Picking Hand Soap. I really like this one. This one was like a fresh scent without being like lingering or overpowering. I think I have one more of these in my bathroom possibly, but I really enjoyed this one. And then I have the Up and Up Foaming Hand Wash, just antibacterial kind. I don't think this even has a scent. My fiance really liked this one. He doesn't like all of my scents, so like the last couple ones I've talked about, he complained about, like he hated the pumpkin whatever, I don't know. He hates a lot of the scents that I get, which is too bad for him because I like them. But he really liked this one because it didn't have a smell to it. And then my very last thing in this crazy long empties video is the Listerine Whitening Mouthwash in Vibrant. I have gone through a bunch of these. You see them every couple of empties, if not every empty. I finally decided that I wanted to try the Crest 3D White one because I've been using this one forever. So I'm using the Crest 3D White one to see if I like that one better. This one doesn't burn, but like in the mouth when you use it, but the other one, like the Crest one, really kind of burns. This one was very gentle compared to that one, and I do feel like it makes a difference. I would usually use it morning and night. And yeah, so I don't know, I like this one. We'll see how the Crest one goes, but otherwise this one I would highly recommend. There's usually sales on these. I've gotten coupons for, you know, $1 off or $2 off buying 2 of these, so I usually buy these in sets. There's usually sales with these. So that is it for my super long empties video. I had a ton of samples this month. I will probably have a bunch of samples in the next few months as I'm trying to work through a bunch of those and kind of clear out my collections. And I have a ton of stuff that's like on the edge of being empty, so I will probably have another one of these in another month, maybe sooner than that, depending on how fast my empties bag fills up before then. Let me know if there's any products that you've used up recently that you really loved or you really hated, and if you've tried any of the things that I mentioned and you really had a great opinion on those, I'd love to see those in the comments below as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.